All right, we are live.
It's about time.
Oh, yeah, listen to this.
Good gracious.
We were discussing all kinds of things regarding life.
And Viagra.
Were we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Study shows you take Viagra, you live longer.
Any kind of Viagra, Cialis, whatever. Believe it or not, men don't have heart attacks. A lot less chance to have a heart attack. This is a 50-year study. And you live longer.
Everybody needs a blue pill.
Whatever kind of.
Hey,
story.
welcome to
Get in here.
Hijack Life Live, where we believe
Only
God.
if you're married. You take the blue pill.
That's right. Where God rescues.
Otherwise, you get yourself in trouble.
Hey, I'm getting married in the morning. Where God.
Whoa, tomorrow?
rescues.
You never know.
God
You ready, Gianna?
That have been shattered by the cruelties and injustices of life and abuse from your pastor.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Well, this is a mess.
Yeah, so how about a little, light conversation? Like we haven't already been having
I was
light
going to say,
conversation,
we
right?
just had some.
While we give
Sure.
people time to log in, we're just starting to get people to log on now. So let's start here. What was your highlight from last week? So Chad, we're going to start with you. All right.
Semaj and I's highlight are going to be the same, but like
Probably is.
So my highlight was winter camp with the youth kids. There was a little event, like a talent show for the youth kids, and I directed the youth band, which we're calling City Band.
Yeah.
And they got up, and not because I'm biased to GCCC, but they were the best group there.
Out of all the youth groups?
Yes.
Cool.
That's
What about
awesome.
you? We'll go on the hill. Chad, why don't you move over one more seat, and that way when you talk, people will be able to hear you. You can just come in when you talk, too. Just stick your head in between the rest of us. We're fine. Go ahead. Semaj.
I'm sorry. My highlight, PD, was definitely winter camp. I mean, seeing kids, encouraging one another and building one another up. Being so vulnerable, breaking down, and releasing the things that have been in their hearts, just a step towards growth and healing. That's what God wants to do, release.
Now, we're talking about spiritual healing, emotional healing, mental healing? What?
I would say almost every aspect you just
aspect.
named. Like when I tell you at this retreat, they released and forgave and healed certain aspects in their lives that they just needed to talk about, and even just get comfort for.
So how is that initiated by them, or is that initiated by you?
So it's a little bit of both. The staff of the facility, they kind of had like a really heartwarming like worship and message and stuff like that.
Now, who does this?
Midwinter Advance. They are a company that's known for Christian winter camps and mission trips and stuff like that. So they kind of set it up, and then once that session is over, we get the kids back in our possession, and we can just either just have a talk with them or just keep the vibe going. And we decided to just keep the vibe going.
Awesome. Wow. Gianna, what was your highlight?
My highlight was Sunday with all of our family and friends who came to celebrate our surprise party for our engagement.
Now, you know what was amazing? It was surprise.
I couldn't believe it.
He
I
was
could
good.
not
You know why?
believe
Because
it.
we had to put it on hold. When you weren't feeling well that week?
Yeah.
So we put it off 2 weeks, and I'm thinking, surely Martin and Gianna are going to find out about this. There's no way we can keep this. I mean, this was going on for a month.
Wow.
I can't believe it.
Because all the invitations went out 3 weeks prior to the first date.
Yeah, kudos to Brigade.
So how did they get you there?
And Gigi, yeah.
Yeah.
So Brigade said that he wanted to take me and Gianna and Graham out to dinner for the engagement, and I thought, okay, that's nice. So, I was kind of dressed like a slob, and Gianna's like, we're going to be taking pictures with your mom. Don't you think you should put something nice on? Thank God I listened. Walk in, 50 people there. I was shocked, really shocked. Anyway, my highlight this week was we lost a woman that I had done a wig for, and I only met her twice. I met her when I did the consultation, and I met her when I did the wig for her. Well, that touched her so much that she just, until her last breath, told her family, you better honor this charity. It just, for some reason, I don't know if I prayed with her, I don't remember, but I went to the funeral today, and the whole family just kept telling me how much it meant to her and how much it gave her joy when she felt she had nothing to live for. So that really touched me.
Yeah.
That only meeting her twice changed her life. PB, what about you? What was your highlight last week?
Oh, I had the privilege of speaking for Dwelling Place Church in Millville. It's Bobby Bledsoe's work. And it was cool. You've heard the sermon probably a million times if you've come to any funeral I've officiated. But I worked it into a sermon called Shoot the Valley of Death. Mm-hmm. And so when people came in, there was this casket where the communion table usually is, and they're all freaking out, like, who died? Is somebody coming out of the casket? Like,
Did you borrow it from Cornelli?
No, believe it or not, the lady that directs their worship, she's very good. Her husband's the funeral director in Millville.
So
he provided the casket. Everybody's like freaking out, and then when I got to the sermon, they were fine. We had a couple of GCCers come. It's kind of neat.
Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe many years ago you did a concept like that too, where you had a casket, right?
I may have. It's called Shoot the Valley of Death.
Yeah, I think
it comes out of
like
Psalm
that.
23.
Yeah, I think my grandma has a DVD.
When it was our first trip to Israel, and we were on the Jericho Road. And it's the bus is hanging off of both sides. It's like narrow, only two people, and there's a chasm on either side. And that's when David wrote, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, it was a real place.
I remember you preaching on that.
Yeah, it wasn't figurative, it's real. And then that whole psalm comes out of that. So I just shared that. And we had like 20 or 21 hands go up. It was pretty cool.
If you ever do it again, I want to be in the casket and like pop out at the end.
You got it.
Surprise!
Back from the dead. Let there be life. Say, hey, let there be life. And there comes Martin right out of the casket.
Yo, bad.
That would freak people out, wouldn't it? Oh my gracious. Stay in the pictures. All right. So, last week we addressed the subject of hope, right?
Yes.
Stating that we can live 40 days without food, 3 days without water, 8 minutes without air, and 1 second without hope. Yeah. So, viewers, I'm curious to know, have you ever gone how many days without food, how many days without water, and hopefully nobody without air unless they die, right? So, Semaj, have you ever gone without water for X amount of days?
Never.
How about you, Chad?
Never.
Gianna?
I mean, I guess when I was sick, maybe. You can't really eat, hold anything down.
No, without water.
Oh, water? Never.
How about you, Martin?
Not a chance in heaven or hell.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
I don't.
Never.
But think, there are people in the Bible, 40 days, no food or water.
God bless them. I have a headache in 4 hours.
But that can't be without water unless it's supernatural. We're going to talk about the supernatural this Sunday. But, well, how about this? How about without food? How many days have you gone without food?
None. That's why I won't get my colonoscopy. Because you can't eat for 2 days.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. No.
You have to drink this gross
Yeah,
poison
it's
you
one
can't
day.
eat.
It's one day. And you should get it at your age.
Mm-hmm.
Speak for
Yeah.
yourself.
No, I do. Every 5 years.
47.
Yeah. Seriously.
I'm sorry.
I know too many people that have gotten colon cancer. Good people. Marilyn Formica, my first secretary. My uncle, my brother-in-law, Jerry Clendenin. Listen, you don't want to mess with that.
No, there's that new thing you just send out, the cube. You know, that little box.
All right. So anyway,
else?
how about you? How many days?
I've gone 1 day without food.
How about you, Chad?
Never, unless I'm sick and can't hold anything down.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying when I was this time when I've been sick and I can't.
I've gone
one
3
day.
days without
You were
food
fasting?
a number of times. Yeah.
You don't get a headache?
No, I don't. I just think the Lord, when you put your mind to that, that He lets you not get a headache.
That's
The hard
amazing.
part was coming back and eating.
Does your stomach shrink that
Your
quick?
throat and everything. It's like you can't
I would imagine.
eat a steak when you when you
I
come
have a
back.
question.
Yes.
I've in conversations with people or just whatever it may be. People fast when they're praying for something, and they will fast every day to a certain time until God answers their prayer. Is
Well,
that like a
They usually don't fast that way. Or you mean like for
when
instance.
someone's praying
All
or
right.
something, they'll say fast until.
For instance, the church has a Tuesday prayer and fast. We fast one meal every Tuesday for the finances of the church.
Yep.
I've done that for almost 40 years. I think we instituted it in our first or second year we were in the PMC building.
Okay.
And there are about 300 that do it, that fast one meal every Tuesday and pray for the finances of the church. So there are people who gather together and say, like going into Lent, and you have the 40 days before
People
you-
give up meat.
or something. Yeah, that's a type of fast. It's an act of humility,
Okay.
is what it is.
Got it.
So, Semaj and Martino, do you recall what distinguishes the worldly definition of hope from the godly definition?
Well,
All right, let's start with you.
Well, the worldly is, I hope my car gets to work on time without breaking down.
Okay, how about you, Semaj?
I believe the difference was faith, the concept of faith.
Knowing who our hope comes from.
Right, knowing where our hope comes from.
What about you, Chad?
The godly definition is saying something that is bound to happen. So, like, we know that God is going to save people.
Yes.
It's bound to happen.
All right. Yeah, and the William Justice wrote last week, hope in something with a reasonable chance of happening, such as hoping a plant will grow that one has planted. So that was the worldly perspective.
Okay.
I hope that this plant makes it.
Right.
In comparison, he wrote, the godly is certain hope in something that is definite, such as what Chad said, such as salvation in Christ. Mary Ann Corsi wrote, it makes you feel like there is something to go on for. I thought that was interesting, right?
Yeah.
And even a worldly definition. He has hope. That's why he made it.
Right.
Right? It's like a wish when you think about it, right? Hope is like a wish.
Yeah. Prayer's like a wish, too.
Yeah, well, it can be a wish.
Like that
But now
concept.
the godly definition is, look what Ryan Offenbacher wrote, to cherish a desire with anticipation. That's pretty good.
I got a lot of hope.
Yeah. So I want a personal example of a worldly definition of hope, and we're going to start with Gianna. Gianna, give me one.
I hope Martino will ask me to marry him.
And it worked, didn't it? All those years paid off.
Might take a few, but
Yep.
keep on hoping. Don't
That's
give
right.
up hope.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Samad, give me one.
A worldly
You can't top
definition?
that one.
I give you okay. I hope that I get the new DJ mixer that comes out, a new DDJ mixer that comes out. It's about $1,500. Can you?
1,500.
I hope that PB can get me the new DDJ.
Hey, he makes that every time he DJs, and he's complaining about it. Chad, what do you got hoping?
I hope that I get Taylor Swift tickets because Ticketmaster was a nightmare. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Chad goes to like every concert on Creation.
Yes, he does.
In Creation, on whatever it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How about you, Martin?
I hope that I slay this lawsuit like Daniel in the Lion's Den. I hope anybody that can come against me falls asleep and I walk out of that arena unscathed.
Yeah, me too.
I know.
How's the
You won't
time
have to pay.
finish the sanctuary?
You won't have to pray for your church's finances anymore.
Unscathed.
William
Gianna.
Wirt said, I hope the Eagles win the Super Bowl.
Okay,
Yeah.
see?
That's a good
That's
one.
a worldly one, yes. It's not a definite, but it's something we wish would take place. Anybody else? Sherry? Look, we got Joanne. Oh, your mom's
My
watching.
mom's
What do you
watching.
think,
Hey,
Joanne?
Hey,
Give me a
Graham.
hope, a worldly
Yeah,
hope.
what do you hope for?
I saw
Mom?
Graham. We saw Graham at
on.
Outback yesterday.
She was out back
She was
with
at
a
Outback.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Mom's got a boyfriend.
She does?
She's out a
Can she
boyfriend.
order a steak? Does she have enough teeth?
Yeah, I paid for him. She's got a boyfriend. They have sleepovers.
No.
Yes, they do.
All right. Well, hopefully you don't have any Viagra.
Hey, yo!
I'm just telling it for Jesus. Hear me, please. Put my lips to your
honest to
ears.
God, really, real quick. One time I was in
This
HSN.
should go viral.
I was on air and I texted my mom. I said, "How you doing?" And she goes, "We're still going at it." And then she sent me a picture of them playing crossword puzzles.
This is supposed to be a godly program, you guys. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Yo.
So, well, like mine would be, I hope the gallery will have a successful week. Sells a lot of artwork and people get blessed, you
Right.
know?
Perfect.
And people come in and go, wow, I love that piece. Can I afford it? Yeah.
I bought a lot of pieces.
Oh, you did. Yeah, you and Dave Spencer are my two best customers.
I am getting my never changing truth when Jada comes to the
Oh, good.
the gallery. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting.
Awesome. All right. So let's go to some personal examples of a godly definition of hope.
Okay.
All right. So last week we left off looking at biblical examples. Well, no, let's do personal examples of godliness. You have any?
Yeah, when I prayed for John Regal to be healed.
Yeah, but that was a wish.
Okay.
You weren't guaranteed.
True. What guarantees my salvation?
Yeah, that is our hope, really. It's probably the only hope we have.
I was just going to say that.
You know?
One of my biggest hopes as a youth pastor was that the kids will understand the godly call to serving.
Right.
But that's not a guarantee either.
That's not a guarantee.
It's not.
You don't wear their heart. I mean, all those prophets hoped that Israel would come back and serve God, and they didn't. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I will say, PB, a lot of our kids have understood the concept of serving.
Well, I'm not saying
Yeah.
that wouldn't happen. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
saying I think the only true hope we have is in the work of God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And
Well-
you hope that the kids will allow God to work in their lives as
Yeah.
you bring forth the word.
And I did hope that they would become vulnerable this past weekend. And they did.
Yeah. Amen. So, yeah, I think, David said in him, well, we'll see some of these verses. So last week we left off looking at biblical examples that hope does not disappoint us, right?
Right.
But we didn't explore them.
Okay.
So I thought we'd do that today.
Okay.
Gianna, how long have we been on?
17 minutes.
Well, okay. Well, we'll get rolling. I don't know how far we'll go. But, so viewers, if you have biblical examples, why don't you send them in to Gianna? Okay? And we'll start. So, Martin, let's start with the woman with the issue of blood.
All right, this comes from Luke chapter 8. Now, a woman having flow of blood for 12 years. I wish we had longer time because I would elaborate on that one.
Yeah.
Who had spent all her livelihood on physicians who could not be healed by any, came from behind and touched the border of his garment. And immediately her flow of blood stopped.
Yeah, stop for a moment.
Yeah.
She came from behind. What's she doing?
Sneaking up.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be seen.
Right.
For numerous reasons.
Yeah.
She's unclean. She shouldn't be there in the first place.
Well, that's what I would elaborate about.
Yeah. Go
Back
ahead.
then, when the woman, it was her time of the month, the men wouldn't even be allowed near her.
That's right.
And some cultures today still practice it here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Hasidic Jews and stuff. So Jesus said, "Who touched me?" When all denied it, Peter and those with him said, "Master, the multitudes throng and press you, and you say, 'Who touched me?'"
Yeah.
But Jesus said, "Somebody touched me, for I perceived power going out from me." Now, when the woman saw that she was not hidden, she came trembling and falling down before him. She declared to him in the presence of all the people the reason she had touched him and how she was healed immediately. And God said to her, "Daughter, be of good cheer. Your faith has made you well. Go in peace." So her hope was that knowing if she just touched a thread of who she believed was the Messiah, she'd be healed.
Now, do you think her hope was worldly or godly?
I think it was godly faith stronger than a mustard seed.
Yeah, I
That's
would
what I think
agree
so,
with you.
too.
I think her hope was in him, and she never doubted if
That's
she could lay
for
hold.
sure.
And can I tell you, this Sunday in my sermon, which is called "Believing the Supernatural," I have a 5-minute clip of this taking place in The Chosen.
Oh, wow. That's going to be great.
Oh, it is so powerful. I'm sitting there watching it with Eden, and I'm crying my eyes out, and she wasn't crying. "Papa, are you crying?" I said, "No, I'm sobbing."
That's what you did to me when we watched The Passion of Christ together.
Oh.
I'm crying, sobbing, he's laughing, and that didn't happen. And
I did not like The Passion of
I
Christ.
could tell.
They just started filming the second one. The sequel.
Yeah, who's the director?
No, Mel Gibson. They started.
Oh, he's going to direct
Does
the
he know the
second one?
story ended?
I heard that they're going to do the scene where Jesus goes to hell to get the keys.
Oh, that'll be
That'll be
interesting.
neat.
Yeah.
Don't go with
But
that.
anyway,
Well, that's not even biblically accurate.
well, we won't get into that. That's another discussion. All right, so Semaj, give me another one.
Naaman the leper.
Yeah, so tell me about it.
2 Kings chapter 5. Naaman leprosy was healed. It says, now Naaman, commander of the army of the king of Syria, was a great and honorable man in the eyes of his master, because by him the Lord had given victory to Syria.
So go, wait a minute. Here's a heathen nation who has a general, right, opposed to Israel. And God gives that general the power to be victorious.
Why do you think that was?
Because God is sovereign over the affairs of men, and he rules over nations.
Amen.
Wasn't just
And
Israel.
although we don't understand it all, the Ukraine and Russia and World War II and everything, listen, God's sovereign over nations.
I know time is an issue,
Yeah.
but I just read the other day, I think in Isaiah, where God says, how do you not know that death is a gift from me to protect you from what could be to come?
Mm-hmm.
That was powerful.
Yeah. We'll finish this one illustration. We'll have to pick up because we're probably 25 minutes in, aren't we?
20 minutes.
Okay. Go ahead.
So it says, he was a mighty man of valor, but a leper. And the Syrians had gone out on raids and had brought back captive a young girl from the land of Israel. She waited on Naaman's wife. Then she said to her mistress, if only my master were the prophet who is in Samaria, for he would heal him of his leprosy. And Naaman went in and told his master, saying, thus and thus said the girl who is from the land of Israel.
Now, you know the end of the story, right?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Naaman gets healed. But where does the story of godly hope begin?
Where,
In that what you just read, where does it begin?
Naaman automatically believed the woman of Israel.
Where do you think it began?
If only my master were with the prophet.
Yeah, and a girl. It's in the girl. She said, listen, if only my master would go to this prophet of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So her hope was pretty solid.
Yeah.
You know, if you can just get to this prophet, he will heal you.
And that's the beauty of being born again. We already got him. We're with him. He's in us.
And a child. You know, those children have such faith because life hasn't beat it out of them yet.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
So keep reading.
So then Naaman went with his horses and chariot, and he stood at the door of Elisha's house, and Elisha sent a messenger to him, saying, go and wash in the Jordan 7 times, and your flesh shall be restored to you, and you shall be clean. But Naaman became furious and went away and said, indeed I said to myself, he will surely come out to me, and I stand and call in the name of the Lord his God, and wave his hand over the place, and heal the leprosy. Are not the Abana?
Works.
Abana and the Pharpah, the rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel. Can I not wash in them and be clean? So he turned and went away in rage. And his servants came near and spoke to him, and said, my father, if the prophet had told you to do something great, would you not have done it? How much more then when he says to you, wash and be clean? So he went down and dipped 7 times in the Jordan, according to the saying of the man of God, and his flesh was restored like the flesh of a little child, and he was clean.
So this story shouts out what?
The hope in God requires humility.
Ain't that the truth?
Right. He wanted something spectacular, like you do this major feat. You know,
Right.
he wanted to earn his salvation, so to speak.
Right.
He wanted God to come out like a genie and be like sprinkle on him. Right?
But he wanted, in a sense, he wanted to earn his salvation. Like, you know, let me do something great, and then I'll feel like. And God didn't made him do just the opposite. Go in this muddy Jordan River, if you've ever been there.
Yeah.
You know, and dip 7 times. Like, well, I'm dipping in that thing. Our rivers are so much better than that. But you know, it's an act of humility. And we could go on. We can look at the 10 lepers. We'll start next week. These are good. We need to talk about this. And then I think, Chad, you have Mary when she turned the water into wine.
Yeah.
So let's wrap up for today because I think we've been on long enough. But when you think about it, our hope in Christ is an act of humility. We have to admit we're sinners. We can't earn it, right?
Right.
We have to believe God did something about it.
And praising
Yeah.
through all things, giving
Yeah.
thanks in all things. Talk about humility.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
That's the other
really,
piece.
it is.
That's a rough one.
That's the other piece.
But that is what gets us through life. So if you've got a topic that you'd like us to talk about, just put it in the comments, and Gianna will let the Master PB know, and we'll address those topics for the rest of 2023. Speaking of PB,
Yeah.
our former senior pastor, back on the mic this week. What's the sermon all about?
Well, I mentioned it. It's about believing the supernatural in a natural world.
Okay.
Because the world we live in, everything around us, everything we see, everything we do is natural. But that's not what pulls the strings. It's the supernatural.
Yeah.
And we're going to look at how, as believers living in a natural world, we can tap into this supernatural. That's what we're going to do.
Right.
I like it.
In a sense, we've been talking about that.
Well-
This whole thing about hope is tapping into what has no question mark. Right?
Any human being that breathes air needs the supernatural to live this life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they don't even know it, but it's there.
Yeah, 100%. So, with that, you ready, boys?
We are.
1, 2, 3.
Live for Jesus, and even a bad day will be a good day.
Wow.
Have a great
We love
day.
you.
See y'all
Let's
later.
go to the car show.